Other interesting political news, you have Biden at a UAW rally with the president of the UAW. Now, it is very soft, so I'll have to boost up the volume levels, so I apologize about that. Though this should be, I don't know if maybe Biden just isn't, he's soft, but it's one of those things where, this is from CBS News, they got 5 million subscribers, they should have great audio capabilities, one would think. Let's see. So we're going to try to play it right now.
One thing is real simple, and it's very brief. The fact of the matter is that you guys, the UAW, you saved the automobile industry back in 2008 and before. Made a lot of...
They went bankrupt in 2009. Both GM and Chrysler. Chrysler was so bad they were bought out by a European company, and they're now part of a conglomerate called Stellantis. Or Stellantis, if you're more Italian. So he's saying they saved the companies. They gave up some of the benefits that led to the bankruptcies, but...
sacrifices. Gave up a lot. And the companies were in trouble. But now they're doing incredibly well. And guess what? You should be doing incredibly well, too. The simple fact. Stick with it, because you deserve the significant raise you need and other benefits.
Let's get it!
Let's get back who we lost, okay? It's about time now to step up for us. Now, there's a guy I know you don't know here, but I brought him along anyway. Shawn Fain, your president.
Not to say I'm cooler than Shawn Fain, but he has his phone on a belt clip. A fashion faux pas to say the least, I would say. So that was Biden attempting to speak at a rally. Now, in terms of politics, it worked. I mean, these people are very much fans of him, which, again, this is the person who's pushing the EV mandates, which will mean less overall jobs for the big three. Well, specifically the UAW. Because, again, they're going from becoming a car company, or from being a car company, to being more of a computer company. As these modern EVs are basically a computer on wheels. Look at Tesla. Look at how much resource allocation they put into engineering resources. It's huge. It's a whole different thing. And again, this person is pushing for those rules that will mean for you, if you're a UAW member, less profit, less jobs, but they're still supporting him unquestioningly. Some might say mindlessly, but I'll be nicer. I'll say unquestioningly. Now, interestingly enough, unlike the UAW, this is not censored. So we actually can see some of the comments and some of the likes. So they got 50,000 views for this particular video, and it got 1,100 upvotes. Now, in terms of the commentary, I suspect most people will be in favor, just because based on the audience, and I'm guessing it's UAW members tuning in. But let's see. You have somebody named of Costly, although it's spelled with a K. Nevertheless, Costly says, quote, Shawn Fain is a strategic beast, unquote. That person got 54 likes. And in terms of strategy, I do agree he has a prudent business decision. He kneecapped the big three in terms of the parts departments, so customers are no longer you're going to have issues getting their cars repaired, and some might blame the UAW for the poor build quality. It's also probably a mixture of poor quality parts, which perhaps they have to purchase because they have less money because they inflated the cost of labor. But nevertheless, if you have one of the big three vehicles, you want your parts. So no more parts for you. And also, very strategically, again, they're paying people to strike. So they have that big $800 million slush fund that they use. So if you're on strike, you get a paycheck for $500 to stand there with a poster, which, again, I wish I got that much. That's a good paycheck. Now, in terms of crippling the big three, Shawn Fain was strategic in terms of, instead of paying the whole plant to strike, he just paid a couple. And apparently they don't, I don't know if this is the big three being inept, but maybe they just don't cross-train employees. So just by removing some employees from, I believe, the Ford Bronco plant, they actually specifically did the paint and final assembly. So removing those employees basically meant, for only paying for those employees that left, they're able to cripple the whole plant. So I don't know if he's much of a beast, but strategic, that is a prudent strategic decision on the political chessboard that is the UAW. Now, other responses, let's see here. Mr. Tommy H1OB. He says, quote, I don't understand why anyone, caps, left or right would be against the working class getting their fair share. These are not just union laborers, they're taxpayers as well. These are your neighbors. It doesn't take anything from you to support another working class member, unquote. Hilariously, they're the people who are voting to raise taxes. Again, hilarious thing about the UAW, some might call ironic, but nevertheless, this person got 349 likes. That's one of the most popular ones. In terms of doesn't affect you, good luck buying a next vehicle. Again, the most expensive, the average price of a new vehicle in the United States, Tesla they beat that. They're actually less expensive now, which people would have laughed 10 years ago if you said a Tesla would be cheaper than a UAW vehicle. Now they've gotten those price points down, partially because they incentivize their workers with stock and to work hard, and they give them a lower wage in comparison. So the UAW, yeah, look, you get paid a lot, especially compared to the competition, but your incentive structure is different. Personally, I think it'd be good to give people stock options because they're incentivized to work harder, more efficiently. I don't know if that is against the methodology. I did a little research. I didn't see that in the offering table. Granted, the offers are changing by the very minute, so it seems. So if you have experience in negotiations or you have an inside resource, or let me know. I'd be fascinated to report on it. Now it looks like this person got, let's see, you got 349 likes. Let's see here. So there are some responses that are moderately popular to him. So responding to the gentleman that says it costs nothing, ironically, blaming the government with taxes that you voted for. But nevertheless, one of the top responses to him is someone by the name of Coach Mixer 8230 saying, quote, to say it doesn't take anything from you is disingenuous. If the UAW receives the demands they're making, the average cost of a car is going to skyrocket. Cars are already exceptionally pricey. That kind of adjustment is too much for the average consumer to handle. There's also a substantial risk that domestic automakers will be forced to either move production entirely overseas or be unable to compete in the global market. That will be devastating to the American economy if Ford, GM, or Chrysler go under, unquote. That person particularly got 22 likes. Looking at the other responses, the other top one, let's see here. Someone said, Sean Chaney, 3086, said, quote, he only came for optics after his campaign panicked when Trump said he was coming, unquote. That person got 27 likes. Which is true in terms of moves on the political chessboard. It doesn't look good if you're being reactive. And from the data we have right now, it sounds like it's very much a reactive activity by Biden, seeing Trump do something and basically wanting to somewhat copy it. Now, we'll do one more response to this most popular comment on the video. Someone by the name of Cindy Abraham, 5303, said, quote, and they're replying again to Mr. Coach Mixer, don't you think that the main owners and stockholders could reduce some of their income to help out the American people? After all, the American workers would have and wouldn't have either care. Have you ever thought that might be the reason why the price of cars is so high is because people who run this place are getting much money and not what the workers getting all the money? Interesting. They did, however, this person got 38 likes, so they were one of the most popular responses. Now, zooming out again to the comments directly addressing the video, 1139. So you have Mr. Class Veteran 1139 saying, quote unquote, working class solidarity, and they got 49 likes. Let me see here. Let's see. A couple people clamoring for communism, literally. People who can't do math. Let's see. Jesus. So this person is Johnson212 said, quote, I'm actually glad that Biden didn't have a lengthy speech. This isn't about him. It's about the UAW. He came, he showed his support, and he left. That's all he should have done. Person got 149 likes. And the top response to his comment was from Mr. Eden's Garden Seed Campaign. Long name there. This person had a laughy emoji and said, quote, it's because he can't give one. He is there for the ice cream anyway. This person got 25 likes. So it looks like, let's say 90. Let's see, historic event. Another one saying another one person applauding Shawn Fain for being strategic. Someone applauding Biden, saying pro-union. So it seems overwhelming. I'd say 95% of the comments are all overwhelmingly supporting Shawn Fain as well as Biden with this strike initiative. It's like, yeah, you guess, let's see here. Thought I read one thing about Toyota. Huh, okay, that's a moderate pun, nevertheless. Mr. Burner Loco said, quote, surprised he didn't say, I support Toyota, I mean UAW, unquote. A moderate pun, but he only got 2 likes, so not many people appreciated that pun. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like overwhelming support. Now, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to see, do you support the UAW? If you had to choose sides, do you support the UAW or do you support the big 3? I'd love to hear what you have to say. And I'm also fascinated to see the differences in terms of the reaction, the audience. I'm noticing on Facebook and LinkedIn. LinkedIn seems to be more people siding with if you have to choose sides, with the big 3. YouTube, I would say 78% of my comments are usually siding with the UAW. And it'd be interesting to see. I wish I had access to the back-end logistics and data when it comes to Microsoft. They own LinkedIn in terms of who's making those comments and who's participating in the polls that I perform. Really interesting to see. Do you think this will help Biden's campaign if he does run in 2024? I believe he has said he will, but will that help his campaign? And with Shawn Fain, I think it's very strategic. I think this will help. He just got elected to be the UAW president. I think this will continue to help him. And again, everyone keeps saying it's a historic moment. I believe it's the first time in 80 or 88 years where you've had 3 strikes with the big 3, as in people are striking at Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors. Although Chrysler went bankrupt so bad, they're now called Stellantis, and they're a conglomerate of a conglomerate. So let me know. I'd be fascinated to see what you have to say. It'd be interesting to see how long this strike goes on. They've got a lot of resources, a lot of time. Everyone's not running outside their door to go buy a car today, so it seems like both sides there's not a lot of pressure on both sides to really come to a resolution. It'll be interesting to see, but you know me, as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. I know I'm ambitious. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated. Trying to make the show better and better, whether it's finding a software together that'll work for picture-in-picture, or trying to slow down my pace of speech and work on my enunciation. Thanks to you, I know that's an issue that I'm constantly working on and striving to get better. But at the end of the day, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.